Hi, I'm Shilpa Finnerty, Project Manager for the World Affairs Council of Central Florida. Today I'm joined by Samridhi Rana, IVLP alumni from 2019. Samridhi was here in Orlando for a project on disability rights. Thank you for joining me today, Samridhi. I'm excited to hear what you're doing now and how things have been since you were here. Can we just start out by you telling us where you're from, the organization you work for, and a little bit more about the program you were here on?
Cool. Yeah, thank you, Shilpa. Thanks for having me. So I am working with the International Committee of Red Cross as a disability inclusion advisor at the moment, based in Nepal. So the program I was there visiting as an IVLP participant was disability rights, equal access for all. We were about 5 South Asian delegates from different countries, and it was a great opportunity to exchange about the disability rights and the situation of people with disabilities in our respective countries, South Asia as well as the United States.
Great. And I think top of mind for everyone right now is the global COVID-19 pandemic. So we just wanted to know what your personal experience with COVID-19 has been like and how it's affected you and your community and your country.
Yeah, so as we all know, COVID-19 is such an unparalleled crisis. It's never happened to any one of us before. How it has impacted is, it's brought a lot of financial as well as food insecurities for especially the disability community. But again, with that, it's really made us resilient, and it's enabled us to adapt to the crisis. With that, a lot of opportunities have also come up in terms of digitization of our programs, where we are still wanting to reach people with disabilities, not just where I'm based in the capital city of Kathmandu, but also beyond where we work, such as in Pokhara, which is completely in another district. So it has really hampered people's regular way of living, but with it, Nepalis are very well known to be resilient. So we are adapting with this challenge, and we're trying to address all the barriers that comes with it and ensure that everybody can continue to live with dignity even during these times. Lockdown was upon us. Lockdown has been lifted, but with it has also come a lot of regulations, like you must ensure that you wear mask all the time, carry hand sanitizers. So all these precautions have been put in place by the government. And that's how we all are adapting to this crisis.
Yeah, so kind of going off of that, you mentioned digitizing your programming to help reach other people. Can you fill us in on what you've been working on in your professional life since you visited here?
Yeah, so since the time that I've come back as an IVLP participant from the United States, it's been a roller coaster. I got newly recruited in this job, so the International Red Cross is completely new for me. We already had existing programs on disability and inclusion going on, but with the crisis, when the lockdowns happened, what do? Either you stop the programs or you find a way. And what we did with the ICRC was we decided to digitize. For example, this year we had a wheelchair basketball activity for people with disabilities, which was scheduled for the end of 2020. But with the crisis, we don't see it going anytime soon. So what we're trying to do is ensure that all these adaptive athletes can come together. They're all spread across different parts of Nepal, some in mountainous areas, some in hilly, some in plains. Geography can be challenging. And so what happens is the social isolation is totally linked with where you're located, whether you have access to the internet and things like that. So what we did was we partnered with a local NGO called Engage Nepal, and they had a meeting with people with disabilities and said, hey, yes, we can't play basketball during this time, but you know what, we can still come together via the internet and we can talk about sports. And so the program that we designed is actually called Adaptive Sports Awareness Making and Psychosocial Support for People with Disabilities. And what we're doing with that is, engaging, talking about sports, playing wheelchair basketball. And we also have sports persons from all over the world who are like Paralympic athletes from the US meet with Nepali adaptive athletes, and they're having a great time networking and learning from each other.
That's fantastic. That sounds really interesting and so important right now to keep people mentally active and connected during this time. So you did mention actually connecting with people, with the athletes from the United States. I was wondering, did you create anything new or make any changes to how you operate and work as a result of something that you learned or saw here in the United States during your IVLP visit?
Yeah, definitely. One of our visits was with, this was in Colorado. We visited this nonprofit called Adaptive Adventures. And what they do is they go on adventures with people with disabilities, do a lot of activities and things like that. And I thought that was very inspiring. We also visited the Paralympic Center in Colorado Springs, which was amazing, So in the United States, there were a lot of adaptive athletes who were enjoying sports and, they were pushing the limits, and the environment out there was so enabling for them that you didn't have to, sort of be pushed behind the margins of society. They were out there enjoying, hanging out with their friends, aiming for the next gold medal and things like that. So when we came back, a lot of that was on my mind. And in Nepal, there are a lot of adaptive athletes that are sort of, the culture is building up here. And organizations like the ICRC, which is the International Committee of Red Cross, in our position and power, what we can do is really create those enabling environments. And that can be by donating sports wheelchairs, which is really not available in Nepal. I mean, there is no supply chain, but we can import them for these really passionate people and make sure that it's utilized really well. So design of the program and everything was all with the principles that people with disabilities must engage in what they enjoy rather than we saying what is it that you want to do. So the design of the program was really based on the meetings and understanding what they really want and engaging them in the sports and making sure, because I as an IVLP participant got to meet these really amazing disability actors across the United States. I think 4 states that I went, Massachusetts and Florida, was in DC and one more state, which I really don't remember the top of my head. But yeah, what I got from a lot of exchange, cross-cultural exchange, was the fact that we all can learn from each other's success and challenges and motivate each other. People from Nepal can share something with sports coaches based in US, and the same can be done vice versa. So this is very much that's going on out here as well. And they've sort of built a pure system where they're encouraging each other and saying, hi, Paul, how are you? And things like that. So yes. So just this opportunity of cross-cultural exposure and experience.
Fantastic. Just last question. Are there any memories that you want to share from your time here in Orlando that you look back on fondly?
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time at the Orange County, actually. Yeah, I think it was really nice. I remember my walks, dinner walks, and really getting hold of this really yummy doner kebab. I have a picture, but I don't really remember the name of the restaurant. So, variety of food out there. You want to have some sushi, it's there. You want to have some doner kebabs and things like that. So I think the variety of food and just the vibe of Florida was really nice. Can't forget the lakes out there.
Yes, we love our lakes. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and for you sharing what you've been up to since your visit here with us. And we look forward to hearing what you do next and hope we can stay in touch in the future.
Definitely. I'd love to stay in touch with you as well, Shilpa. Thank you for your time.